ready. Because inside I am crumbling. Hello, welcome back guys. It is that time. Again, it is book club prep time. And if you guys are new here and you don't know, I host a little in-person book club where some of my friends and family come and we discuss our thoughts and feelings on a book. I usually put a little goodie bag together or host some kind of activity. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this book club. The book we read for this book club was The Night and the Moth by lauraghalgh. So I'm very excited to get everybody's thoughts and feelings on that because we do have a mixture of tastes within the group, but I feel like the general consensus is going to be pretty good on this one. I do also have an activity planned and I have some stuff that I need to prep for that, but we're going to discuss all that tomorrow because today I need to get my act together basically. All of my bookshelves are in a complete state of disarray and that needs to be rectified immediately. So that's our plan for today. We are going to reorganize and sort out all my books in both rooms. I may also at the same time do a bit of an unhaul of books that I don't want to read anymore or books that I have read and didn't love, because it just makes sense to kind of do that at the same time. Two birds, one stone and all that. Also guys, I am currently holding it together because I just finished Voracious, the second book in the Edge of Darkness trilogy, and I am unwell. So I'm forcing a smile right now because inside I am crumbling. I am doing a full reading vlog for this trilogy, so I won't give too much away, but yeah, feeling pretty devastated and I'm ready to get into the next book and hopefully have a happy ending. But if you've read this series, you know full well what I'm talking about. The first book kind of introduced the trauma and kind of set the scene, and I thought, wow, this is awful. The second book deep dives into that trauma. You witness it firsthand and it is horrendous. So I pray the next book, which is the final book in the trilogy, has a happy ending. Otherwise, I'm not sure how I will be able to continue to function like a normal human being. But anyway, guys, I need to stop dilly-dallying. I need to pull myself together and we need to get this done because it is currently 12:30. So I only have a couple of hours to get all this done before I need to go get Honey from nursery. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, so I think this is the only shelf that I probably won't fiddle about with because I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I will say I feel like I need another book to kind of join these two, but at the same time I want the covers to both be like fully on display, and this has to be one of my favorite covers that I own. I think the art on this is absolutely exquisite, and one of my favorite things about Ivy Ophelia is how much time, money and effort she puts into getting character art created by human artists for her books. Like, you will never go hungry because she keeps you fed with the amount of character art she commissions. So I want those two to kind of be front and center. And then I'm pretty happy with how this top shelf is looking as well. One of my favorite series ever, Crystal Bloom series. We have my stunning edition of The Night and the Moth. This is a Fairyloot. This is also a Lee Rivers book that is Little Stranger Duet. My Fairyloot editions of The Serpent and the Wings of Night here. I have these naked. I took the dust jackets off because I just love these covers. And then I have put Shield of Sparrows here mainly because I think the book fits really nicely with the other colours going on and it's like the perfect thickness, because then I also have my Paper and Wick edition of When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. So I've got Sarah A. Parker here and Sarah A. Parker here, kind of like sandwiching it in. So I'm really happy with how that top shelf looks. And then I have here my stack for the Bonds That Tie series by J. Bree. This is one of my favourite wide choosers and actually got me into the genre. And is it the best book series ever written? Absolutely not. Do I love it? Absolutely I do. I need to reread this at some point because it's actually a few years since I read this. And then I have here some of my favourite dark, gothic, fantasy, romancy books here. So we have Fairytale, Nocticadia, Anathema, Court of Ravens duology, and Beg the Night by Emily Blackwood. This was so good, and I don't hear anyone talking about this. And then on the bottom shelf here, I have my Zodiac Academy books. I have Blood and Betrayals, Quicksilver, my ARC for Neverkeep, Diabound, obviously, and then my ARC copy of When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, and this was gifted to me by Emmy. I'm so grateful for Emmy for parting ways with this for me. And then I have here just a stack of books that are all kind of the same size, and some of my favourite dark romances, H.G. Carlton's books. I have a paperback copy of Little Stranger. Metal Slinger fit perfectly here, but does not fit the vibe of the rest of these books. I have my out of print edition of Insatiable by Lee Rivers, which I annotated. And then I did just buy another copy of The Poisoner because I want to do a reread before the next book comes out, and I want to annotate this. So I got another copy because I probably won't annotate this copy because I want it to stay perfect and pretty. And this one can be annotated, and I'm also going to do the audio for it as well because I bought the audiobook. I don't know what to do with that right now. I'm going to put it back under my little dragon. Okay. Oh, I also have recently put a stack of books here. I have the Folk of the Air series here, and I've just got some Jellycats kind of here because if I leave them on my chair, the dogs get them off and leave them all around the house, and I don't want that. I don't hate how it looks there, to be honest. I don't know if this is looking a little bit too cluttered though. Okay, and then over here we have a bunch of books that are the same height. I have my copy of Bury the Bones in the Midnight Soil. That's a Fairyloot edition, and I love this book, so I kind of want this on display somewhere if I can. So again, you can see I've kind of tried to group them by height, so there's no really sort of rhyme or reason to these ones here. And then I also have my Acrylopix editions of ACOTAR. I have my Barnes & Noble exclusive editions for Crescent Sea and my Throne of Glass books. I like these all being together, but I'm not sure if I will leave them on this shelf or move them into the living room. And then I have here some of my older Fairyloot and Illumicrate books from when I used to have a Illumicrate subscription. And then I have here the first Fairyloot epic fantasy subscription box book, which is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. So yeah, I just kind of feel like this one needs its own little moment as well, but for now it is on here. Now I know you're probably looking at these shelves and thinking, Laura, what are you talking about? It's not that bad. There's not that much to sort out. To which I would say wrong. Let me just show you what else we've got going on in here. Here we have my stacks. So I have these out, not all the time, but whenever I receive new books, I like to put them on here so I remember to look at them and add them to my TBR cart when it comes to sort of taking books off there and reorganizing. However, this stack here is all books that were previously on the TBR cart, I think, maybe bar this one, and these need to find a home on the shelves somewhere else for now, and I kind of want to keep these somewhat close together so I can remember that I haven't read these yet and I need to. And then these are all new ones to be considered to go on the cart. So we have a good stack of books here and a good selection. And then on the armchair, normally I have whatever I'm currently reading if I'm doing a physical read, which I'm currently reading Echo Fort, and I'm also doing the audiobook for this. So I think I'll listen to that today, but I'll have to sort of stop and start whenever there's something I want to annotate. My Kindle is here, and then on here we have my annotated copy of The Book of Azrael, which Larry annotated and gifted to me, and then I have a sprayed edge edition of Hunting Adeline. I am desperately trying to get my hands on this edition. This is the German edition as well, by the way, of Haunting Adeline, because whenever I've ordered the Haunting Adeline book, it's come without sprayed edges, and so it doesn't match. And I really need them to match. So if anybody has a copy that they're willing to sell or knows where I can get one, please let me know. And then I have this Litjoy edition of The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott because it is one of the most stunning books I've ever seen. It's absolutely gorgeous. I would definitely recommend looking into this book if you haven't seen it, and I would recommend reading this book also because I don't see near enough people talking about this book, and it is a really good book. I loved it. So that is there as well because I think it's really pretty and it looks nice. Now again, you're probably still thinking, Laura, it's still not that bad. Well, I also have stacks of books here. My office is actually currently disgusting, so I don't even want to flip the camera around right now because I need to do like a full office reorganize. Let's go through to the living room. I have my cart down here that we used when we went to Rare, and that has some books in it that I've already taken off the shelves that are to sell, that I will pop on Vinted more than likely. And then this is where it gets really messy. And you may still think I'm being dramatic, but it is pretty messy. Okay, so I have refrained from stacking books on the top shelf, but I have books stacked here in front of other books. I have books stacked on top of other books everywhere. And I've just got some new ones that I've sort of purchased recently, shoved in random places, hiding other books, and yeah, it's just a little bit crazy right now. And then, oh, I got this yesterday. I bought the Fairyloot edition of Silver Cloak. Very excited to read this, and I think this cover is absolutely stunning. So that needs a home, preferably one where it can be seen, I think. And I do want to go through all these Fairyloots and kind of decide which ones I want to keep, which ones I'll definitely read. Obviously, sometimes when you have a subscription box, and I get all three, I get the YA, adult and romantasy. So sometimes you get a book where you're like, oh, I'm not sure if that's one I particularly want to read. If I don't think I'm going to pick them up anytime soon, it is kind of a waste them just sitting here on my shelf. So I will probably look to rehome those. And if I do sell my Fairyloots, best believe I will not be one of these people who whack crazy prices on the Fairyloot editions. And I have fallen victim to this in the past before I managed to get on the Fairyloot subscription list, which took me about a year, by the way. I remember paying more than I'm proud to admit for books that I really wanted, that I was scared I'd never have the opportunity to own otherwise. And so if you do want any of the books that I'm unhauling, you can check my Vinted out and they will more than likely be on there. And if they're not, they've probably been gifted to a friend. But obviously as well, bear in mind that if they are on my Vinted, they may sell a little bit quicker with them being lower priced than other books on there. Just looking at this bookshelf kind of as a whole right now, there are loads of books that I want to take off here. There's some books on here I want to unhaul. There's some books on here that I want to display elsewhere. So let's just start taking the books off that I'm not sort of 100% happy with their location for. This is so pretty. Okay, so I've organised these into piles of books that I definitely want to keep and ones that are kind of on the chopping board, if you like. So if you have read any of these that I've put to this side and you think that I should keep them and read them and that I will love them, please let me know. But otherwise, these ones are potentially going. I need to make space because I have lots of books. So I have tried to organise these a little bit better than they were organised. So I've tried to keep dark romance together, and then anything that could be considered like romantasy, fantasy, basically anything that is any sort of fantasy, because there's a lot of mixture here. There's like dark fantasy, there's romantasy, there's gothic fantasy. I did also try to separate the YA. However, I have kept the Shepherd's King duology with these just because of the gothic spooky vibes. I feel like I want to keep them with these books. So then it's kind of somewhat organised. Over here, right, this shelf here is probably the most disorganised in my entire house, because this is where I've just kind of been shoving books that I don't know where to home at the time. So there's some books in here that I absolutely love that I need to kind of put with other books that I love, and then there's some here that I probably won't keep. I've just flipped back the dust jacket because I had it reversed, because I think I'm going to unhaul this one just because I have read this. I think I actually listened to the audio during one of my other bookshelf organisations videos, and it wasn't anything that stuck with me. It was all right, and you know, there could be someone out there that really, really loves this book and really wants this copy, so we're going to unhaul this one. I just need to annotate something. Okay, I am gonna go now and try and figure out how I want it to look. I'm really not sure. I think I just need to start putting books on there, and once they sort of start filling up, I'll know how I want it to look. Maybe. I think I'm going to move the Chestnut Springs series to the middle shelf where I've currently got the Dark Romance, and move that probably to this side. Okay, I think I'm done. I cannot physically spend any more time doing this, so this is gonna have to do. I will give you a quick tour of how it's looking, but I still feel like I'm not 100% happy with how it's looking. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's still some books on there that I'm sort of like, nah, I'm not too bothered about having them on my shelf, but there's just too many. There's too many. I have stacked a huge pile of books to unhaul. I will probably run some of them down to the charity shop as well, just because I feel like it's not necessarily worth my time trying to list everything on Vinted, and I like to donate a few things to the charity shop whenever I can. But anyway, I will show you how it's currently looking and where I've decided to put everything. Okay, that is us pretty much done for today. I'm gonna leave the rest of the setup for tomorrow, and I'm gonna sit quickly now and finish Echo Fort because I literally have like 10 minutes left in the book. That is how far I am from the end. When I finish this, that will mean I've actually finished 3 books today, because I've had 3 on the go and kind of been reading them all at separate times, but it's just so happened that today I've managed to finish 3 of them. Yeah, that is quite exciting, and I'm happy to finally be able to take this off my list because I have been reading this for quite a while. I've been reading it for a couple of weeks now. But anyway, let's sit and finish this together. Literally highlighting like every second word. Oh my god. I don't know if you can hear that, but my dogs are currently going absolutely crazy. It's because it's tea time. We're having a mad half hour. I've finished. God. What a ride. 5 stars. Obviously 5 stars. At the end of the first book, I felt sick. There was like something really awful happened. One of them did something awful to the other, and I feel like that happens all the time. Couples that you're sort of rooting for, it's very much enemies to lovers, and always there's a point where they're sort of enemies again, or one of them turns on the other. I find that they're really good at doing that in their books. But yeah, 5 stars. And if you also enjoy being emotionally tormented by books, you should go and pick up Neverkeep and then read Echo Fort. That is all. Anyway guys, I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Happy Friday. So it is time to get the final bits prepped for book club tomorrow. In fact, I think because I have quite a lot of work to juggle, we will do the food shop, drink shop, and actually maybe do a practice on the activity I have planned. Actually, I haven't even told you what the activity is, so let's do a little bit of a show and tell. So this is something I have recently acquired. Basically, my mum and dad are moving back to New Zealand, so they're getting rid of a load of stuff. So I have a big jug now to do my special drinks in, and every time I do book club, everybody has a laugh at my expense because they think it's so funny that I really like to make sparkly drinks. And this book club will be no exception. We will be making a sparkly drink. The book that we've been reading is The Night and the Moth, and just one second. For the theme, even though I won't be going super crazy with the theme, I did want to try and make it match the cover of the Fairyloot edition of The Night and the Moth. So for the drink, we had a bit of a laugh the other day because we were talking about me and my sparkly drinks, and they were like, the only sort of liquid of significance in the book is like the water that she drowns in. And so they were like, please don't make us drink that. And so I think rather than making kind of like a murky, creepy looking sparkly water drink, I think I'll maybe make a lilac drink. Last time for Lady of Darkness, I made like a purpley blue kind of dark coloured potion looking one to kind of represent her tonic that she took every night. And so this time I think I'll make it like silvery purple, keep it quite translucent-ish, so it's kind of like matching the vibes of this. I'm trying to sort of toe the line of putting in effort and making it nice for everyone without going like over the top crazy. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because I always want to go over the top crazy. Also, this is not relevant to book club, but I sent Eddie to Marks and Spencer's last night because I have one of these in the living room and I really wanted another one because it's one of my favorite faux trailing plants because I feel like it looks really realistic and I just really like how it sort of comes down. And they were out of stock online and there was one left in the shop, and so Eddie got it for me. I think I'm going to put it on my bookshelf that we did yesterday. I do have a trailing plant there now, but I don't love that one, so I'm going to replace it with this one, I think. Anyway, let me show you the activity that we're doing. So this may be a small clue, but it involves beads. And basically, I got everybody in the group chat to pick an emoji. The emoji options I gave them was a turtle, a peach, a bunch of grapes, a sunshine, and a strawberry. And little did they know, they were actually picking lip gloss colours. So I got everybody a lip gloss based on the emoji that they choose. The activity that we're doing is we are going to make lip gloss charms. I've been seeing so many cute inspiration pics on Pinterest and I'm always looking for little fun ideas for us to do. I think at the next book club, because I've already got all these beads and charms now, I might suggest that we do bookmarks because I have some really cute bookmarks that always get loads of compliments and they've got like beads on them, and I thought that would be a really fun thing to do. That's something for next time. But this time I have got all of these beads because I thought people might want to match them to the colour of their lip glosses. I'll just move you back a bit so you can actually see what we've got going on here. So I got a bunch of colours here. Also got some really cute silly ones and just loads of different ones. I will show you quickly. I got all of these on Temu because I was finding that they were on Amazon for a lot more money for the same thing. So I just went straight to the source. So I have some like purple celestial vibe ones, which I think my sister-in-law will really love. And she has a purple one, so that could be such a vibe. I actually also got these with her in mind as well, even though they won't match the colour of her lip gloss. But she really likes frogs. And obviously we don't have to use these this time, but these could be used for the bookmarks. These tiny little frogs, how cute. Oh, I also got these celestial ones in like a brownie, purpley, neutrally colour as well. And then I also got these butterflies. There's some purples in here that match the vibe of the Fairyloot edition of The Night and the Moth nicely. And then I also got fruit ones because I thought people might want to put like fruit charms on to match their lip glosses. And then these are probably my favorite ones. I got these colorful Crocs, which I will almost definitely be using. What else did I get? Oh, I just got some like nice pearly ones. I got a bunch of stars. And then I also got these cute little mushrooms. There was literally so many beads that I wanted to buy, and I could have gone absolutely crazy, but I showed some restraint and stopped there. But I may get some more before the next book club if we do end up doing bookmarks. I also got a little sort of bowl for everybody to use to put their beads in while we're doing the charms. And then I got 2 sets of pliers. I only need these for one part because we are going to thread them on fishing wire, which I already had. And I got these little links so we can attach it to the lip gloss, poke a hole in it with a pin, and then have it kind of dangling down. I did want to do this one outside, and it is a gorgeous day today, but tomorrow it's forecast rain. So I think we will have to do this activity inside, because even if it doesn't rain while we're outside, if it's windy, I can just see beads flying everywhere. So I'm undecided whether I want to do it in the dining room or if I want to just do it in the living room as usual. And I guess I've just reorganized all the bookshelves, so it maybe would be a good idea to just do it in the living room. What color did I go for in the end? I actually ended up going for an orange one, which is, I think, yes, it's peach flavor. So there's 2 oranges, 2 purples, a yellow, a pink, and a green. And yeah, I'm really excited for everybody to see what the activity is, because I know some of them were like really confused by the emojis. They were really thrown and they were like, I have no idea what you're doing. So that's exciting. Anyway, I need to stop yapping because I actually started editing yesterday's videos for this vlog last night. And I didn't realize how much I was talking. So I'm definitely gonna have to add chapters to this so you guys can skip to different points, because if you get bored of watching me organize my books and you wanna just see the book club stuff, you'll be able to skip to the next chapter. Anyway, let's head into town and get some nibbles. And again, I'm fighting with myself over going crazy and making loads of stuff versus just getting some stuff that we can literally just pick up and nibble. Like, I don't wanna make it really hard for myself, but at the same time, I love doing stuff like this. So fighting with myself right now. I think Lucy said she's gonna make some cupcakes, so that's really kind. I'm really excited to see what she comes up with, because I did tell her the vibe I was gonna go for. Sorry, I don't actually know what I was just talking about, because the postman just came, so I'm gonna see what we've got. What is this? I don't know. What? Oh! This is actually for the activity as well. I completely forgot about these. I didn't even realize they were missing. I also ordered some like lobster hook thingies, so people can attach it to their bag or purse or car keys or something. So I thought that would be cute as well. So completely forgot about those. I'm excited to see what's in this. I also have a parcel here that's publisher mail, so I'm very excited to see what that is. Okay, let's do this big box first. I think I know what this is, but I didn't expect it to be in a box this big if it is what I think it is. Oh, okay, the box is huge, but the package inside is actually really small. Okay, so I had this company reach out to me about sending me some chocolate. I know, who am I to say no to chocolate? So I think this is all like vegan, organic, no artificial sweeteners, no emulsifiers, soy, gluten, palm oil, etc. So I think it's like healthy chocolate. Whoa, there's a lot of chocolate in here. What have we got? Okay, we have nut butter filled hazelnut butter dark chocolate, almond butter and crispy quinoa dark chocolate, cashew butter and pure vanilla bean dark chocolate. Oh my God. That sounds, I'm gonna put that one there because I think we maybe need to do a taste test on that one right now. Oh, crunchy mint dark chocolate. Oh. Salt, my mouth's watering. I need to eat, I've not eaten yet. Salty dark chocolate, vanilla crunch dark chocolate. Oh my God, simply dark chocolate, right. Of course, I will be trying all of these, but I think I will have to wait for Eddie to taste test them all properly, but let's us just try this one right now. So it's cashew butter and pure vanilla bean, and that sounds, yeah, that sounds really good. Oh my God, it smells so good. Oops. Oh my God. super excited to try these other flavors. I am gonna eat this other piece and I'll put these away. Oh my God. That is delicious. A cute little box as well. Like little peeky holes to see what flavors are in there. Okay, let's see what book we got. I don't think I know what this is. I guess we shall see. Ah! It is a Metal Slinger proof. Yay! Oh, that's so cool. So this is being traditionally published and it comes out in September this year. I know a lot of people have probably already read it. There is also an audiobook out now, which is really good. I've listened to snippets of the audiobook, and this had one of the most jaw-dropping plot twists that I read last year, and it is romantasy. It is romantasy, and if you like romantasy, you will like this. And the other thing I really like about this is the fact it's a duology, and I say this all the time, but I feel like we need more duologies. I do like a standalone, but I feel like with fantasy, for it to be a good standalone, it needs to include quite a lot of world building and have quite a lot of substance. Otherwise, it can just feel rushed and like lacking in everything, basically. I'm very excited to read the next book, of course. But how cool. So we will have to find a home for this baby as well now. That's what I was saying before. We were gonna go to the shop and we were gonna get nibbles. And we also will be nipping to the florist as well because I need to get some flowers for the occasion. So let's stop yapping and we'll go and do that now. Okay, that took way longer than expected. I swear I've been out for like 2 hours. But I got some gorgeous flowers. The girl in the shop was so lovely and so helpful. They didn't have loads of purples, but I went for these hydrangeas because they had like a purple tint to them. I know they're blue, but they do have like a purpley tinge. And then I did get a few kind of purpley ones in this bouquet and then mixed it with some white. Again, I'm going to use the same 2 vases that I used last time. I'm going to use my recycled Jo Malone jar, and then I'm going to use my handkerchief jar from M&S. Kind of thinking that this sort of tall moment I've got going on would look nice in the handkerchief vase, and then maybe the hydrangeas in the Jo Malone vase. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way around. Maybe I save that to last just in case, because if I cut them too short and then end up wanting to put them in this vase, that's not gonna work. Oh, I'm so hungry now as well. I grabbed myself some sushi from the supermarket because I was just really fancying some sushi. So I've got some chicken katsu sushi. Oh, I like it, I like it. I think I will probably separate these a little bit more. Amazing. I feel like this lady here needs to have, whoa, false alarm, we're okay. I feel like this one here needs to have its own little moment. Try get that to stand in the middle if I can. Stems. I can't decide what I think to that. I really loved this in the shop when I put it together, but now I'm not so sure. I quite like how tall it is. I feel like that's quite like dramatic. I do want to separate these a little bit more though. Oh guys, I'm not sure. I never claimed to be a florist, so we'll leave her there for a second and we will chop these hydrangeas down, because I don't think this would be right in the short of ours anyway, because I don't want to trim this any shorter. I feel like she needs to be tall. Probably gonna leave quite a lot of the leaves on the hydrangea just to fill it out a bit more, because I only got 3. Oh, she's chunky. Okay. Might even go a little bit shorter than that, you know. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So pretty. Also, hydrangeas are so dramatic and I feel like they die so quickly. I've seen people do like this hack before where they put them in boiling water, and I feel like I've tried it before and that kind of spruces them up a little bit, but we don't have time for that right now. What do we think? Should I go a little bit shorter still? So pretty. I love hydrangeas. They're probably one of my favorite flowers. I just think they're gorgeous, but they are so difficult to care for and so difficult to keep alive. They die so quickly, or at least they die so quickly with me. Anyway, I am going to quickly eat my sushi because I am famished, and then we will start popping some of these beads into some little ramekins. I'm just updating my Goodreads because I have started The Bond That Burns today, the second book in Bloodwing Academy by Briar Bolin. I have it on my Kindle, and of course I bought the audiobook as well because the audiobook came out literally 3 days ago and it was on my TBR for this month. I've been listening to it pretty much all morning, and when I was at the supermarket, when I was going to the till, of course, there happened to be a spicy scene and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pause this because it was intense. So I am about 42% in. So we've done a good chunk of it. I did do a reading vlog for the first book, so you may have already seen my rating for that, but if you didn't know, I think I rated it 3.5 stars. I thought it was good, but I was expecting it to be a 5-star read, and unfortunately it just wasn't for me. The bully romance, the enemies to lovers, is still very strong, and I do like that in a book where it's not resolved really quickly, where they're sort of enemies and then they're lovers and then they never look back kind of thing. There's been sort of a bit of push and pull with these two, which I do like. So I'm just gonna sit and eat some sushi and listen to some more of my audiobook. Literally blushing right now. Oh my god. Ooh, it's spicy. And I'm not talking about the food. Okay, so I've organised these into little pots. Everything else is pretty much good to go. I don't think I will bother doing a practice one tonight. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I hope the girls like the little activity that I've pulled together. And I'm also very excited to hear what they think about the book. So I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday. It's Saturday. It's book club day. It is 11:30. The girls are coming round at 2, and so far this morning I have done no book club prep. I've just got myself ready. I have Honey with me today, and
I want to say hi.
You want to say hi? Do you want to sit here?
Yeah, and Bucky's here. Hi.
So the plan is you're gonna go
to Grandma Granddad's, I think.
Pardon?
I think I want to go to Grandma Granddad's, I think.
You are going to go to your grandma and granddad's house while book club's on, but you're going to say hi to the girls first, aren't you?
Yeah, and then...
And I'll come get you later?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so the plan is we need to get everything set up, but we can't decide. It's very overcast today, but it's not cold, and it's no longer forecast rain. And so I think if we can, it would be nice to do book club outside. Oh, and also I have a little friend outside. My dad has just dropped it off because my sister reminded me so kindly that my mum and dad had a little gargoyle. And so there he is. That's Bartholomew. If you know, you know. So yeah, we have our own little special guest, Bartholomew, who'll be attending book club today. So I need to figure out if we're doing it outside, where I'm going to put him, and if we're doing it inside, where I'm going to put him. Honey has been messing about with the charms this morning. You like them, don't you?
Yeah, because they've got keys. And don't see the other ones.
Okay, I'll put it down here so you can show them.
So there's little froggies.
Little froggies. You gotta hold, that's the camera there, so you've got to hold it in front of the camera.
Ooh.
For them to see.
Is this the camera here?
Yeah, that's the camera. I did already show them these. Cute. Sorry, I'm getting really distracted. So, plan of action. Pick Kiana up from the train station at about 12:30. Everybody else is coming around at about 2, so probably between now and then, I just need to figure out if I definitely want to do it outside or if I should just keep to doing it inside. I feel incredibly lethargic today. I just feel so tired and like, ugh. That's okay. So I'm hoping that I perk up soon. Right, anyway, we are gonna continue to play for a little bit and then probably do some setup very shortly. I've just tied my hair up because I was getting really hot. I've just been outside sweeping up, but I have just had some mail delivered. 3 different packages delivered. I know what one of these is for sure because it's something I ordered ages ago. A book, obviously, and I think they sold out really quick. I ordered this back in like May and we're now the end of July. But anyway, this is, you guys are gonna laugh at me, the Saltwater Curse, and this is a sea monster romance and he has tentacles. And I'm very excited to read this, and I thought the cover was so cool. So I am genuinely very excited to read this, but I just thought the cover was gorgeous, and so I needed a copy. This one, I don't know what this is, but it says it's from Bonnier Books. We shall see. Oh, sorry, yeah, I remember now. So this is a arc for the Book of Heartbreak by Over Surin. I saw that people were comparing this to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I was like, yeah, okay, sold. Because I absolutely love The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Love is a 4-letter death sentence for someone like me. Sir Silverbirch was born cursed. She has already had her heart broken 4 times. A 5th will kill her. Sir knows that to survive, she must follow one simple rule: never let anyone get too close. But after her mother suddenly dies, Sir begins to question everything. Where did the curse come from? Why her? And could there be a way to break it? That sounds super interesting, so I'm excited to read that. This one, I have no idea. Let's see what's in here. Oh! Honey's playing with building blocks on the floor, if you're wondering what all the noise is. So, this is a proof for The Serpent's Bride by Catherine Ann Kingsley, and this is a dark vampire romance. Say no more. Of course, I was like, yes, absolutely, I'd love to read this. It's coming 28th of August this year, so there is a bookmark inside. On the back of the proof, it says, "Step into the deadly house of Nostrum, where vengeance wears a wedding veil and love bites hard." Yeah, I'm very, very intrigued by this. So that sounds super exciting. It also had some stickers inside and a note from the author as well. So yeah, some very exciting books that I definitely want to read. So I'm gonna have to go and put these on my pile of books to consider to go on my TBR shelf in the next TBR jar video that we do, which I will be filming next week, because next week is the end of July. I need someone to decide for me. Do I do it inside or outside? I don't think we're gonna get any rain. And it is quite hot, or at least I'm really hot, and I don't know if it's just been because I've been running around trying to like sweep up outside and stuff. I don't know. Yes, darling? Oh, that's cool. Right, anyway, I best crack on. Okay, I've just been and picked Kiana up. She's just sat in the kitchen with Honey, finishing the last 20 pages of the book. And I'm going to set up in the living room because we've decided to go inside. I can always open the windows if we get too warm. At least we'll be comfy in here anyway. So we're going to do that now. I have left it very, very, very last minute, so I am in a crazy, crazy rush right now. I have this really cute tablecloth that reminded me of the shrouds that they wear over their eyes, so I was like, perfect, let's use this. And then I need to find somewhere to put our gargoyle, but first I need to clear the coffee table and get that set up. I've put that little side table there because I thought maybe put the gargoyle on there, and then he's like head of the table. Oh, we're heavy. What do we think? Is this ridiculous? Maybe. I'm trying to put the lip glosses down based on where people normally sit, because everyone always sits in the same place every single book club. Okay guys, it is my favourite time. It is sparkly drink time. Literally people are starting to turn up now, so I need to get this done quickly. My sister and her friend Liv have just got here, so everyone else will no doubt start turning up any minute now. Oh, I hope I have this switched off. I do. I've just sent the girls to have a look in the living room, see what I've done, and they're saying Bartholomew. Okay, 1. I'm worried that I'll do too much, but last time I think quite a lot was drank, but I did put some syrups in last time I think as well, so it wasn't just plain lemonade, whereas today I'm just gonna do plain lemonade. Okay, what do we think? Should I do another one? I may as well do. I didn't do a practice drink this time, so I'm just gonna wing it. I think I'm just gonna pop in silver and purple to hopefully match the vibes of the book cover nicely. Right, so put a bit of purple in.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, you're doing more colours.
Ooh.
You're doing lots of colours and
Quite a lot of drink, so I'm gonna put quite a lot of glitter. Right, I could do with a spoon. Do you mind getting me a spoon out?
Yeah.
A really big one.
Okay.
Silver.
Let's get this stool.
Right, okay. Very, very gently. Give it a mix. Don't drop the spoon. Give it a mix. Can you see all the sparkles? Hello. We'll put a tiny bit of blue in and we'll put a tiny bit of red in, and that will make it purple. Auntie Francesca's here.
Ooh,
Right.
she looks cute.
She does look cute. Who's first? Oh, actually, it's actually turned out quite a nice colour. I was going for lilac. Yeah.
Oh, like the book cover.
Yeah. Lucy's just arrived and she's done some baking. Wait till you see how amazing these are. These are absolutely incredible. I have no idea how you've done this. That is amazing. You could be a professional baker. Oh, that's a stretch. So we just did, by process of elimination, what book we're going to read next, and the book that won was
The Exorcism of Fairies.
Hello guys, it is Sunday. I've just dropped Kiana off at the train station so she can head home, and what a lovely evening we had yesterday. It was so gorgeous to see everybody, and people were saying that that was their favourite book club yet. I think everyone really enjoyed the little activity that I put on, so I'm really pleased that it went down well. And those cupcakes that Lucy made, they were absolutely incredible. I had a feeling that she was going to be like a super baker. And obviously you guys will know Lucy a little bit better now because she came on the cabin trip with us, and I've known Lucy for quite a while, and she's been to all the book clubs that I've ever hosted, but obviously you guys haven't met her properly until probably my last video. Speaking of Lucy, we're actually heading to an event together tomorrow, and it will be Lucy's first ever Fairyloot event, which I'm so excited for her to come and experience Fairyloot events because they are my favourite events. The people are always so lovely, the Fairyloot team are amazing, and tomorrow is a super exciting event because we are going to be meeting Imani Erriu, the author of Heavenly Bodies, and not only that, we will also be meeting Shalini Abeysekara, the author of This Monster of Mine. I have not read this yet, but this Fairyloot edition of it is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. You have seen me read this in a reading vlog before, and if you haven't, feel free to go and check that out. I am yet to read this one, but I've heard good things, and I've heard that it's quite dark, and you know me, that is what I like. So I feel like I will love this, but how gorgeous is this edition? Apparently the inspiration for the MMC in this was the Darkling from Shadow and Bone. So yeah, very excited to read this one and very excited to meet them both. I feel like they're going to be both really lovely people. I have spoken to Imani quite a few times, to be fair, and she's just one of us. She's one of the girls, and she seems so down to earth, so genuine, so kind. So I'm really excited to sit and meet her in the flesh properly and get my book signed. Also, Emmy will be coming to the event, so I'll be getting the train with Emmy. I think Lucy's already going to be down in London, so Lucy, Emmy and I will be getting the train home, all three of us together. So that'll be nice because obviously Lucy and I live very close to each other, and Emmy will be staying on the train and heading up to Edinburgh. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And that will be my last event before I go away to Canada. It was another Fairyloot event that I would have really liked to have gone to, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to make that one because it's literally the day before I go to Canada. I'm stressed out. I've got so much work to do before I go, and I just want to, you know, I just need to get it done. But anyway, I've got stuff to do, and then I'll probably have an early night, but I will catch with you guys in the morning. Good morning guys, it is time to head down to London. Emmy's on the train already, so I'll be jumping on at York to meet her. I'm really excited. I always get really nervous before events, so I feel a little bit anxious this morning, so I've popped a rescue remedy, but I'm wearing this cute little flowery dress. I always get questions about these dresses because I have them in literally every colour. If I find something that I like and I feel good in, I'll buy it in every colour. And so this is just from Amazon because I do get questions about that a lot. I am also a serial outfit repeater, I am, and that's okay. I also got these cute little celestial earrings for Heavenly Bodies. I thought it fit the vibe. And of course I'm wearing my little sword necklace. And again, I always get questions about this, but I bought this from a small business online, and unfortunately they're no longer operating, but I'm sure there'll be other little places out there that will be selling very similar ones. I will catch up with you guys when I can. Hello guys, we are home. It has actually been a couple of days since I got back from London because let me tell you, yeah, I had the best day I had the best day. I got to sit next to Imani for the meal and we literally got on like a house on fire. I felt like she was my bestie and we just had so much in common with the same age. Our reading taste was so aligned. Like, I love that woman. I do. She was just a gorgeous, gorgeous soul and I loved her so much. Oh, it was just so amazing. And Shalini, oh, she was an angel. So she was kind of sat on the opposite end of the table and I didn't get to talk to her as much, but the interactions we did have and seeing her interact with other people, she just had this really gorgeous presence about her. She was such a sort of warm and kind person and oh, it was just such a lovely event. And obviously the book girls were there, so nice to see them. However, it was all going so well, and when it came to getting our train home, Emmy, Lucy and I were all getting the same train home. Now we got to the station and we're like, right, we'll go get some snacks for the journey. So we went into the little M&S and got our snacks. And when we came back out, like the big notice board in King's Cross Station normally has all the train times and it's a huge notice board. Every single screen was black and we were like, whoa. And then someone came over the speakers and basically said, unfortunately, someone had been hit by a train and every single train out of King's Cross had been cancelled. So anyway, long story short, we were meant to be getting our train at 6 and then I probably would have got home at about maybe 8:30, and anyway I got home at midnight in the end. So yeah, it was very stressful. But anyway, I'm gonna keep this short because I know already this video is going to be so long. So I thought I would quickly show you the books I got signed and what the authors signed in my books. So I'll start with Shalini's here, and this is the stunning Fairyloot edition of This Monster of Mine. So she wrote a lovely message inside. And I thought it was super kind of her to take the time to write like a long message along with, you know, just signing it. I thought that was really sweet. So amazing. I love this. I will cherish this forever. She also actually gave us some character art as well. And I am a sucker for character art, honestly. So I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And yeah, I just thought that was really sweet of her. So thank you so much, Shalini. Okay, and then my gorgeous edition of Heavenly Bodies. So Imani put a quote in here for me from the next book. So this is what it says. I love her. But anyway guys, that pretty much concludes this video. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching this one and I really appreciate you being here and watching. I hope you have a gorgeous day, evening, whatever you are doing now, and I will see you in the next video.